Hello, and welcome to the Academic Advising Department in the Ops Division. OPS refers to CBU's Online and Professional Studies program. This tutorial has 5 short presentations, and each one has a brief multiple-choice quiz to assess your understanding. Part 1 is going to introduce the Degree Guide tool. This helps students track their progress to complete their degree. Part 2 is also going to use Degree Guide to show you your general education requirements. Part 3 informs you how to view your major requirements. Part 4 explains CBU's overall degree requirements. And the last step is to submit your completed tutorial form to Ops Academic Advising. And within 2 business days, you'll be cleared to register for classes online using Inside CBU. Now let's begin the Degree Guide introduction. It's recommended that you do keep a piece of paper and a pen handy to write down any questions that you have and contact an advisor at the Ops Academic Advising Department to discuss them. This is part 1 of the Academic Advising tutorial, which introduces the Degree Guide and provides a few tips on how students can best utilize it. In this presentation, I will first explain what it is, and secondly, where to find it on Inside CBU. Third, I will answer the most frequently asked questions about reviewing the information on Degree Guide. And lastly, I will discuss how to develop your education plan so you are able to complete your degree in the most timely manner. Let's start now with the first topic. What is Degree Guide? The CBU Student Degree Guide is an individualized tool that lists your requirements from your university catalog. It can be used as an alternative to searching through the university catalog. It's also available to you online on Inside CBU with complete, up-to-date information. So, it is a very useful tool that you can use to track your progress of completing your degree. It is personalized to each student and his or her declared major, along with the requirements of the catalog year he or she matriculated into CBU. Please note this degree guide is provided to assist students, but any changes in majors, concentration, or catalog years will impact the results of your remaining degree requirements. Also, approval of academic variances may also affect the results of the degree guide. What do you need to do to graduate? A checklist is found here in the overall degree requirements. Please rest assured that many of these requirements will automatically be met by completing your major in general education, but let's take a quick look at the list so you are familiar with it. When you understand how to read your degree guide, it will help you track your progress and estimate your graduation date. In a later presentation, I will discuss the details pertaining to these 3 requirements that are at the top of the list, but let's begin here. A student must earn a cumulative grade point average, or GPA, of at least 2.0 overall, with no grade below C- in the major. Also must complete all general education requirements and complete all coursework in the major, all coursework in the minor or concentration if that applies, satisfy all financial obligations with CBU, and be in good academic standing at the time of completion. Now that you know what a useful tool your degree guide is, the next step in this presentation is to explain where to find it. Begin by navigating to Inside CBU and then log in using your username and password. The username is your CBU student ID number, and your password was chosen by you during the admissions process. Remember, it is case sensitive and it contains letters and numbers. Once you are successfully logged in, click on the Academics tab. Then in the menu options on the far left side, choose Student Academics. On that page, you will find the link called Degree Guide. This window typically opens in another window or another tab in your internet browser. On the Degree Guide window, you'll see your name and your declared major. Just click on the button that says Run Degree Guide. Next, I will cover the most frequently asked questions about the information on your degree guide. Each of these questions will be explained individually in the following slides. Question number 1. How long do I have to complete the requirements? The answer is in the Catalog Information section, which is located immediately following the introduction. Each main heading is highlighted in a royal blue color with white letters. The first main section is Catalog Information. Please see this section for your catalog year and its expiration date. Anytime you need to view the entire university catalog, you may open it on Inside CBU. Just go to the Academics tab and then choose University Catalogs in the left menu pane. Next question. How do I know if I have completed a requirement? As you scroll through your degree guide, you'll notice some codes and abbreviations. If you see a letter grade posted for a class, that is an indication that you met the requirement by a specific class that you took in residence at CBU. You can also see the semester and year in which you completed the required course. Another way to complete a requirement is by taking an approved course at another institution and transferring it to CBU. If the requirement has been met with transfer work, then you will see the code XFR, which indicates transfer, and the year that it was transferred to CBU. Also, there will be a T on the far right that indicates the requirement is met with transfer work. The third way a requirement may be met is by exemption. An exemption means a requirement is met, but no units were earned. I will provide more details on common exemptions in the other tutorial components. For now, please note that if you have been exempted from a requirement, then you will see the notation of the word other and the code EX under that requirement. Question number 3. How can I tell if I have not met a requirement? Well, there are two ways that you can tell if one of your requirements is not met. First, you may have a course listed for the requirement, but instead of a letter grade, you will see the code IP. This abbreviation stands for In Progress, which indicates that the course is intended to meet that requirement, but a grade has not yet been posted, so the units have not been earned yet. When the necessary grade is earned, the requirement will be satisfied and degree guide is automatically updated. Next, if a course requirement is simply left blank or shows a horizontal line, it indicates you have not earned units to meet that requirement, nor have you registered for a course that is intended to meet it. In other words, it is an outstanding requirement. And the last question. What does complete and incomplete refer to? This degree guide indicates if a category is complete or incomplete. Please note that this notation states incomplete even if a student has a course in progress that is going to satisfy the requirement. Once the required grade is posted and the units are earned, Degree Guide will automatically update and show the category as complete. We've reached the last section on our outline, how to develop an education plan to complete your degree. A common misperception we often hear from students is that they believe they should complete their general education requirements and then complete their major classes. However, we recommend that you prioritize your plan differently. I will explain on the next slide. Here is the recommendation to developing your education plan. First, prepare to begin your major by completing all mandated prerequisites and earning at least 30 cumulative units. Each major has a prescribed set of prerequisites that must be successfully completed with a C- or better before major classes can be taken. The major prereqs are listed on your degree guide in the section that talks about your major. Furthermore, a student must have earned at least 30 cumulative units to register for major classes. Second, begin your major rotation of classes. This is the key to completing your degree in the most time-efficient manner. Because only some classes for your major are offered each semester, we have prepared a suggested rotation specific to your major. If you follow the rotation completely and cycle through the major classes as suggested, you will complete your major and concentration, if that applies, in 4 consecutive semesters. Each semester is composed of 2 8-week sessions called E1 and E2. We will provide more details in another component of this advising tutorial about registering for classes. The important thing to remember now is that if a student misses a major class that is on their rotation, then they may be waiting 4 semesters for that class to be offered again, and thus delay graduation. The last step of the plan. After the major is done, then complete any remaining general education and/or overall degree requirements that are necessary to graduate. General education classes are routinely offered every semester. You have reached the end of Part 1 of the Academic Advising tutorial. Please feel free to review this presentation if needed. To repeat, open the Degree Guide Introduction link from Blackboard. Your next step is to complete the Part 1 assessment questions.